All right, I have 5 o'clock, so we will go ahead and call this meeting to order for the July 29th, 2024 special called meeting. And I would like to ask Jenny, since you are a newcomer, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
See, thank you. Never know what you're going to get called to do. So, appreciate that. Thank you. Are you at work over there? All right. Okay. So the first item on the agenda is our new business, and we have a resolution to call for an election to add the TSPLOST to the November ballot. Just so everybody's aware, this is not what was proposed originally to be on the ballot. This is a new special addition to the ballot. Is that correct, Stacy?
This is a special called election to add this referendum to our ballot for November. And you can do a special called election in conjunction with a general election. So the commissioners voted on Friday to approve this resolution to add this to the ballot. So now what our board is doing is approving to call the election.
So actually have it included in the November. It's not a separate election. It will just be an additional item on the ballot. Correct. In November. Okay. It also had to go through the municipalities.
Yes.
And they've all taken care of their resolution as well.
Yes, the municipalities decided to agree upon it or not to agree upon it before the commissioners had their meeting on Friday. And on Friday, which if you look at your green tab, that is what was agreed upon by the municipalities, and the commissioners signed it. If you look on page 3 under your green tab, it actually gives you the question, the referendum question that will be on the ballot. And then all 3 commissioners signed after they had their meeting on Friday on page 4. Your yellow tab is Exhibit A, and that's what our board will be signing and giving back to the commissioners. If you look at the blue tab, that's going to be the call for the election. That's going to run in the newspaper starting this week. And then the red tab is the resolution for our board to vote on and sign.
So if everyone wants to take a moment and look over the resolution, and then obviously if you have any questions.
Did the legal department, I assume, prepared this?
Yes, ma'am. This came from the attorneys.
The county attorneys are the ones that actually presented it to your office, correct?
Yes, the resolution and the advertisement that's going in the paper were both drafted by our attorney. And Jackie, if you would like to read the resolution out loud.
Okay. All right. So a resolution of the Board of Elections and Registration of Pickens County to regulate and provide for the calling of an election to impose a transportation special purpose local option sales tax and for other purposes. Whereas the Board of Commissioners of Pickens County, Georgia has furnished to the Pickens County Board of Elections and Registration a true and correct copy of its resolution requesting that the Board of Elections call an election on November 5th, 2024 to determine whether a single county transportation special purpose local option sales and use tax, TSPLOST, should be imposed. And whereas the Board of Election has jurisdiction over the registration of voters and the conduct of primaries and elections for the county pursuant to Title 21 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated as now or herein after amended and other provisions of law. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Elections, and it is hereby resolved by the authority of the same as follows. 1, The election is hereby called. The election shall be held in all of the voting precincts in the county for the purpose of submitting to the qualified voters of the county the question of whether the TSPLOST should be imposed. 2, a call of the election shall be published in the newspaper in which sheriff's advertisements for the county are published, or the legal organ, at least 90 days prior to the election. 3, a notice of election shall be published in the legal organ once a week in each of the 4 weeks immediately preceding the election, and the notice shall be substantially in the form attached as Exhibit A to the county resolution. 4, the ballot shall be used in the election. The ballot to be used in the election shall be substantially in the form set forth in the notice. 5, the proper officers, employees, and agents of the Board of Election are hereby authorized to take any and all action required by law to conduct the election. 6, any and all resolutions or parts thereof in conflict with this resolution are hereby repealed. 7, this resolution shall take immediate effect upon its adoption. Adopted this 29th day of July, 2024. And then it has a line for each of us to sign. And then you can see that the notice, as Stacy said, is here in the blue tab. And we have everything from the commissioners. So basically, they're asking us, do we want to put this on the ballot?
So it's 1%.
That's what the commissioners is asking for, is the 1% TSPLOST on the ballot. We don't have any control over how much
Yeah,
they're
sure.
asking, we're just we're authorizing it to appear on the ballot.
My only point would be in it, I don't think it's significant, but at one point, in the header, it says sales tax, and below that it says sales and use tax, which is just different, I don't know why.
Well, and then the other thing I would point out, I mean, this is the commissioner's document, but there's a typo. So in the part that's supposed to appear on the ballot, it says, shall a special 1% sales and use tax be imposed in the special district consisting of Pickens County for a period of time?
4A.
4A.
You see
So,
that?
I
I
don't,
do, and whenever we go to put this on the ballot, I will actually be the one submitting it to our ballot builder. So I will make sure that I have the correct verbiage before it goes. And then we will also have the ability, once I submit it, to proof it.
okay, perfect.
Before we approve the ballot, we'll do that for everything that's on the ballot.
Yeah, good, takes care
All right.
And there is if you look on the ad to the paper, there's a typo there as well. It looks like
That would be the blue tab, correct?
yes, the fourth line, there was a typo there, so I have already made note to change that before it goes to the paper.
It says the N county.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
So, not that it makes a difference in our vote, but I'm just reading it. It looks like they're paying different percentages to different areas within Pickens. Saltman Rock, Nelson.
Yeah, that was all agreed upon, between the.
We had to vote for this in Cobb County.
Yeah.
Yep. Years back.
Okay, motion to approve?
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Terry and Rick at the same time, simultaneous. All right, any additional discussion? Any other, I have a motion and a second to approve. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, carries 4-0, thank you. All right, the next item on our agenda is staff comments. Stacy, do you have anything
I've already introduced everyone to Jeannie. We are excited to have her in the office. She started last week and she has hit the ground running. She's already completed her cybersecurity training. We are gonna get her started with the state on her training for it, and we are happy to have her.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome.
Very good. All right. Next is public comments. Anyone? No, nothing? No. Okay. All right then. All right, moving on to the next item on the agenda is board comments. Anyone have? We've received the graphic. We've already made a few. I believe Stacy responded to the question in the email about the website, which is still being, I think we were looking at a projected date of August. So hopefully we're heading in that direction. You've met with Mary. So
Yes, Mary and I have met. We went over, the layout of the webpage. We have received the domain name, and we're working on getting that up and running. Hopefully, we'll have it done sometime in August.
Mhm.
And I'll let the board know whenever, before we go live, we should be able to see it ourselves, and I'll let the board know they can look at it before we actually go live.
So that being, and then I had requested anyone that wanted to submit a performance report, please get that to me. And that's okay, we'll be meeting again, you can get it to me. And we do have a next regular board meeting will be August the 6th. And if you have anything for the agenda that's not already been indicated, please let me know by Wednesday. And I will open it up to you with any other board comments. Anyone have anything else?
What we have on hand.
Well, I just wanna, thank Stacy publicly, so, of course, now I can't remember where I saw it. I can't remember if it was an email I got or something in the newspaper in the AJC, but, there were some issues in other parts of the state, with, incorrect emails going out to voters. And I sent that to Stacy, and she immediately got an article in the paper here to warn our citizens about that. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, I had been contacted by one of our poll workers who had received an email and a text message that, they asked me, did you send this? Because it kind of looks like it would be something that would come from our office. And like I told the newspaper, I didn't think there was anything nefarious about it, because when you clicked on it, it went straight to the Secretary of State's website. But I think that we couldn't tell, if it came from a party or an organization. And I think it was just something to try to get voters to check the registration to make sure they're registered. But I myself, I've told the staff in the office, over the last 2 weeks have gotten multiple text messages telling me that I'm not registered to vote, and to click this link to register, and when I click it, it sends me to a site in North Carolina. So it's very confusing, all of the things that are coming through text messages and emails. And I just remind everyone who calls the office, and I told the newspaper when they did the story, to if anybody has any questions, go check their My Voter page or contact our office, and we'll be happy to look up their information for them.
Maybe that's something we can include even on our website, like just like a warning box that says, we will not, like you put in the article, we will not text or email, if you have questions, feel free to call us. But we, if we just put some sort of warning box or something like that on the website as the election is approaching.
Well, and maybe on this poster too, you have the My Voter website on here for sample ballots and voter information, but maybe, I don't know what to say exactly, but beef it up a little bit. You can check your own registration at the My Voter page or something like that.
And we do, this is just
Gosh.
informational. I mean, we don't want to get this too busy, but we will include that in the articles that we do in the newspaper leading up to the election.
Do we need to all sign the document at some point?
Yes, we will after
That's what
the
I should
meeting
do.
is concluded.
All right.
Do one thing just for informational purposes. Our local party did not do this, but just so you'll be aware, this is circulating around about everybody getting an absentee ballot in order to, and bring it back to the office on election day. So this is just a heads up that this is out there and there's gonna be a lot of people doing that, so
And that's perfectly fine, people can do that as long as they have it there by 7 p.m.
understand, but just to, like I say, it wasn't from our group particularly, but it's out there, so
Okay.
just a heads up. I don't know how many we have or whatever.
All right then. Everybody's trying to put as much information, whether it's accurate or not, I guess, out there. So, yeah.
As long as it brings people to the polls to vote, I'm
Mhm.
okay with
I think the
it.
website, I think it's around.
There's multiple ways they can do it, and we just want them to get out there and vote, whether it's absentee, advanced in person, or election day.
Right. But I don't know the odds of them requesting one and then going in person and then bringing it in. You know, don't want that either.
Well, they have the way to track all of that, so that'll be monitored, I think, very closely, so. But all the information is good to know. Keep it shared so that we all stay in the loop on what's going on. So. All right, any additional board comments, anything else? Okay, all right, so last item on the agenda is a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Any additional discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you all so much for coming in and doing this tonight.